Welcome to Productive Joy with Dr. Christy, where fun meets action.
Hi, friends. Welcome to Productive Joy. Happy New Year. It is 2025 and we are ready to hit the ground running, right? Nothing magical happens when the year switches over, but somehow we kind of start to rethink things and we look at it and go, what can I do differently in 2025 that'll make things better, that'll make me better, that'll make me happier, whatever you fill in the blank. So today we're going to talk a little bit about some ideas for that. And we're going to piggyback off of yesterday's episode, which was Professor Pete Alexander. Professor Pete Alexander was a wonderful guest who talked to us about the real fear and scariness of stress and why we need to be thoughtful about not allowing ourselves to end up in stressful situations. He literally ended up getting stress-induced diabetes. I did not know that that was one of the things that our bodies can manifest when we're stressed, but it is. And it's affected him for the last 20 years, but he has spent the last 20 years figuring out how not to let other people suffer from the same ailments. So he has a fabulous book called Lighten Your Day, Fast, Easy, and Effective Stress Relief. And he said it has like 150 different 5-minute easy stress reducing things that you can do. And, if one doesn't work, try the next one. You've only invested 5 minutes. I think that's pretty cool. So if stress is something that you're trying to lower in 2025, I highly recommend you go grab that book. It's available on audio as well as Kindle and paperback. So whatever works for you. Now, let's talk about 2025 a little bit. One of the things that Professor Pete talked about is that before you do any of the stress stuff, figure out what matters to you. So, this is my challenge to you today. What are your top 5 personal values that you are going to hold fast and true to in 2025? Because if you know what those values are, then you can keep them at the center of what you're doing. And you can say, I'm not going to do that thing because it doesn't fill my cup with the thing that I just said was important. So let's think about me. I'm going to share mine with you because sometimes we need to be vulnerable enough to put ourselves out there for others to feel like they can do the same. So my top 5 things, my non-negotiables, my values would most definitely start with family. And for me, family includes my husband, our relationship matters more to me than any other relationship on the planet. We've been married 25 years, and in those 25 years, we've learned a heck of a lot about each other and about ourselves. And so my number one is that family has to come first. My family also includes my 2 grown children and my future daughter-in-law, and that unit, as well as my parents and my husband's parents, because again, that's like our circle, right? So family is a non-negotiable, meaning I need to have time for them. I need to make time for them. I need to make sure that they know how much they matter to me. That's my number one. My number 2, I'm going to say, is my health. And this is because I don't ever want to not be able to do something because I didn't take care of me. And so for me, health includes, yes, I know it's crazy, 5:30 a.m. workout every day. Really, it's 6 days a week. And on Sundays, usually there's a walk of some sort involved that starts just a little later. But I am a first thing in the morning worker outer, and I adore my family at Burn Boot Camp. And I choose to make myself stronger so that I can take care of others. That health also includes eating well. And by eating well, I'm learning to prioritize protein in my older age, right? I'm 48, and I am learning that there are certain things that I have to do differently than I have done in the past because I'm older. So definitely that. And then I also would say with my health is trying to prioritize sleep. I do go to bed early because I'm exhausted by then because I get up early. So making sure that in 2025, I make sure I am focused on my health. My friends come next, and my friends come in all different parts of my life and ways in my life. And what I mean by prioritizing friends is that I want to nurture those relationships. I want to grow in those relationships. I want to learn from those people. And in order to do that, I have to make time for them. So, one of the ways that has been really surprisingly effective is Marco Polo. If you are not familiar with that app, it is a video app where you can send videos of yourself to groups of people or singular people, and they can watch them asynchronously. So if I don't have time to watch right now, but I can watch tomorrow, it's really like an ongoing conversation. And one of the conversations that I have on Marco is actually somebody who lives in London and then somebody that I see almost every day, but the three of us are friends. And that has been a really neat multi-generational conversation. I also have a Marco Polo going with some dear friends and colleagues that I've worked with for really, oh my gosh, almost 20 years. And then the other one that I do is my friends from high school. So, yeah, 30 plus years of that conversation. And we can pick up wherever we want, and we don't have to catch up. We just get to pick up. And that's pretty cool. So, friendships are incredibly important. I think my fourth priority would be my exploration of my own business and what that means. So I have a job that I absolutely love, and I'm launching my own business that I absolutely love, which means that I have to prioritize my time as well. But I'm learning so many things, like this podcast. That's something I have learned so much from, and from the people that I've been interviewing. But I also am learning how to put myself out there in the right ways and find space to become better at what I do, and put myself in situations that scare me a little bit, because we did learn also from Professor Pete that fear is fictional evidence appearing real. And in other words, we shouldn't be afraid. We should just put ourselves out there. So I'm going to stop with four priorities, not because I don't have a fifth one, but because I think that sums up all of the things that are most important to me. Because with family comes my faith and my desire to get that family unit right. And then my health is definitely just me and all of me, right? All of my different parts. That's mental health too. My friends are the ones that fill in the edges, right? And allow me to be the best version of myself. And then my last one was let me think, job, career, making sure that what I'm doing is fulfilling and cup filling instead of cup depleting. So if those are my priorities, then am I making steps towards making those things a priority every single day? That could look like getting up at 5:30 and going to exercise. And then on the days that I choose not to, am I really prioritizing the things that are important to me, or am I not? So I'm encouraging you today to start on this new year with, what are my top priorities? Then, if you want to set some resolutions, some things that you want to do differently in 2025, then you won't miss the mark. Because as you know, AIM is designed to help you analyze your current systems, improve on those systems, and move towards change. But you can't take AIM if you don't know what your target is. So the target in this case is those priorities. What are the top 5 things or less or more that I really want to make sure I'm focused on this year? And then how can I analyze what I'm currently doing and say, all right, am I making that a priority, or am I always finding excuses? Improving on the way you're doing things and moving towards change. The hardest part is the move. We don't always do that part, right? We always say, oh, I should be, or I could, instead of I am. So my challenge to you is to make more I am statements. I am prioritizing my health. I am prioritizing my family. I am making sure that friends matter and that I spend time with them. I am putting my career in the direction that I want it to go. I am paying attention. So, what are your I am statements today? I can't make them for you, but I can certainly encourage you along the way. So if you need a thought partner, or if you need an accountability partner, somebody who will check in on you, please reach out to me. You can find me on any social platform, right? You would just look up Dr. Christy McMullen or Productive Joy, and you will find me. And then let's talk. Let's figure out what's working for you and what isn't. You can also email me directly at Christy, CHRISTIE, at aimwithus.com, and we can go back and forth as much as you want to figure out what's working for you and what isn't, so that you can have the best 2025 possible. I will tell you that I have already interviewed some amazing guests for the next few episodes, actually all the way through March. And I want you to not miss a single one. So if you're not already subscribed to this podcast, please do. And if you are, share it with somebody, because I think there's some pretty cool stuff happening here, but nobody will know about it if you don't share it. So thank you to those of you that do. Thank you to all of my incredible listeners who have been faithful and consistent. And if you are just tuning in for the first time today, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And thank you for choosing productive joy. I think that this is a choice, and I know that you have lots of choices out there, but you're picking this one, and that means the world to me. So, Happy New Year. Go do fun things. Let 2025 be the year that you have the kind of breakthroughs that you didn't even dream were possible. And then tell me about it because I really genuinely want to know. All right, today and every day, I want to leave you with the idea that you and only you can figure out ways to turn fun into action.